Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End of Week Deep Dive, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets for the week ending Friday, August 15th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Key indexes all finished higher this week. The Russell 2000 index led gains, rising 3% to 2,286. The Dow 30 index advanced 1.7% to 44,946. The S&P 500 index and the Nasdaq composite both reached new all-time highs. Market breadth shows strength across most indexes. The S&P 500 saw 297 advancing stocks versus 199 declining. The Dow showed similar strength with 22 advancers. Only the Nasdaq showed slightly more decliners than advancers this week. Looking at weekly returns, the Russell 2000 outperformed with a 3.1% gain. The Nasdaq composite leads year-to-date with a nearly 12% return, while the S&P 500 follows with a 9.7% gain. Over the longer term, the Nasdaq composite shows the strongest 10-year performance with a 15.6% average annual return. The S&P 500 and the Dow both delivered approximately 10% annually over the same period.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. Leading gainers this week, NanoVibronix surged over 630% to 5.86, showing strong upward volatility. Bolt projects climbed nearly 290% to 8.79, while Atlantic International rose 164% to 5.5. Weekly returns show NanoVibronix averaging daily gains of 167%, while month-to-date returns reach 609%. Bolt projects posted average daily gains of 103% this week, with Atlantic International showing more modest but consistent gains. Looking at longer-term performance, 180 Life Sciences shows strength with a 265% one-year return. Telos posted a 100% annual return, though both stocks show negative returns over longer timeframes. Among large caps, Intel led gains, rising 23% to 24.56 with strong upward momentum. UnitedHealth jumped 21% to 304.1, while TKO Group hit a new all-time high, climbing 15.6% to 188.85. Weekly performance shows Intel with average daily gains of 4.3%, while UnitedHealth posted 4% daily gains. TKO Group maintained steady momentum with 3% average daily returns. 10-year performance highlights TKO Group with impressive 783% total returns. UnitedHealth shows 151% gains, while United Airlines posted 72% returns over the decade. Among declining stocks, Cuprina Holdings plunged 85.5% to 1.19. Fly-E Group dropped similarly, falling 85.3% to 1. Color Star Technology continued its 5-week decline, down 83% to just 10 cents. Weekly performance shows Color Star Technology averaging daily losses of 24.6%. Masterbeef Group declined 22.6% daily, while Bollinger Innovations dropped 19% daily amid sideways trading. Leading this week's biggest decliners, Cuprina Holdings plunged 85.5% to 1.19, despite hitting a new high just yesterday. Fly-E Group dropped similarly, falling 85.3% to 1. Color Star Technology continued its downward spiral, marking its 5th consecutive weekly decline. Among large caps, Applied Materials led the declines, dropping 12.5% amid strong downward volatility. Axon Enterprise fell 10.4% to 754.24, while Amcor declined 9.7%, showing persistent downward momentum. Looking at weekly returns, Applied Materials showed the steepest average daily decline at -2.4%. Axon Enterprise maintained positive year-to-date performance despite its weekly drop, up 26.9% for the year. Amcor remains negative across all time frames. In longer-term performance, Tapestry shows remarkable strength with a 157% one-year return, despite this week's decline. Axon Enterprise demonstrates impressive growth with a 472% three-year return. Applied Materials maintains solid 10-year gains despite recent weakness.
And now onto U.S. sector performance, where healthcare led gainers with a 4.6% rise. Communication services hit a new all-time high during its fifth consecutive winning week. Consumer, cyclical, and basic materials both showed very strong upward trends. Market breadth showed strength across sectors. Healthcare saw 577 advances versus 462 declines. Consumer cyclical showed positive breadth with 266 advances outpacing 218 declines. Financial services maintained broad participation with advances leading declines. Weekly returns highlight healthcare's 4.6% gain leading the pack. Communication services posted strong momentum with a 2.1% weekly gain and 3.8% month-to-date return. Year-to-date, it's up an impressive 17.4%. Looking at longer-term performance, communication services stands out with a 25% three-year annual return. Consumer cyclical shows consistent strength with an 11.5% 10-year annual return. Healthcare has struggled, down 10.9% over the past year.
Healthcare stocks showed notable strength this week. Incyte hit a new 52-week high, gaining 10.8% amid strong upward volatility and 4 consecutive weekly gains. UnitedHealth led the sector with a 21% surge, while Eli Lilly recorded a new yearly low despite rising 12%. Looking at short-term returns, UnitedHealth shows the strongest weekly performance at 21%, though it's down 40% year-to-date. Incyte stands out with positive returns across all timeframes, including a 26% gain year-to-date. Centene has struggled, down 53% since January. Long-term performance reveals Eli Lilly as the clear leader with a remarkable 736% total return over 10 years, averaging 24% annually. UnitedHealth shows a solid 151% decade-long gain. Centene, Incyte, and Viatris all show negative 10-year returns.
In the underperforming sectors, utilities and consumer defensive led declines, falling 0.82% and 0.76% respectively. Despite recent weakness, both sectors maintained strong positive trends. Technology achieved a new all-time high earlier this week but couldn't sustain it. Market breadth shows mixed signals. Utilities saw strong positive internals, with advances outpacing declines by more than 2-1. Technology showed weakness, with more declining stocks than advancing ones, despite its recent record high. Looking at returns, real estate has been the weakest performer year-to-date, gaining just 1.3%. In contrast, technology leads with a 15.5% return, while industrials follows at 14%. Long-term performance shows technology dominating with a 10-year annual return of 22.3%. Real estate lags significantly, posting just 3.3% annually over the same period. Industrials maintain solid performance with 10.5% annual returns.
Utility stocks faced broad pressure this week. GE Vernova and Constellation Energy led the declines, both falling over 4%. Consolidated Edison dropped 3.5%, while WEC Energy and Public Service Enterprise each fell about 2.6%. Looking at year-to-date performance, GE Vernova stands out with an 89% return, significantly outperforming its peers. Constellation Energy follows with a 44% gain, while other utilities show more modest gains, with WEC Energy up 14% and Consolidated Edison up 13%. Long-term performance shows Constellation Energy leading with a 3-year return of nearly 297%. Over a decade, WEC Energy has delivered the strongest results with a 109% total return, while Public Service Enterprise follows closely at 99%.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host, Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.